Hey guys, Merry Christmas. It is colder than a well digger's ass out there. Ooh. Happy, happy, happy. Lisa 54. I'm only going to talk about this for a short time. I'm not going to stay on long. But I feel like I need to address it because it seems like so many people have addressed it. I saw where Bee Haven did her goodbye stream. Um, Goodbye. Happy holidays to you, Bee Haven. But I don't even know if y'all know what's going on. If you didn't watch Stefan TNT stream from the other day, from Thursday, yesterday, whatever, I don't even know what day it is, then, yeah, I know, she'll be back. She's just afraid something's going to come out on her. And like I said, I'm not going to get up here and holler and scream and carry on like a fool. But I'm not going to let Bee Haven and Samara make up their own narrative as to what went on in that Discord. Hey, Tawanda. Merry Christmas. You know, that pop lady doesn't know me from anybody. Hey, Dog Mom. Uh, the only reason she would have been looking me and my son up is for Samara. Now, I was willing to go on a panel yesterday and speak to Samara, but she said I had to wait until she did part two. Well, when she came back on, she had Bee Haven and Groiper up there with her. Hey, Nenny. Hey, Merry Christmas. So basically, what she meant was, I won't talk to you one on one, but I'll let you get on the panel and talk with me and Bee Haven and Groiper. And I don't have anything to say to them. My problem is with what I saw with my own eyes. And what I saw with my own eyes was Samara. She might not have been co-owner of that Discord, but she definitely was a moderator because it was proven that she was able to delete comments or things put in there by Pop. And you can't just do that in anybody's Discord. You have to be a moderator to be able to. So maybe she didn't co own it, but it was proven she had the ability to erase things. So if she had that ability, and if she wasn't so invested in me and my son and my family, then she could have erased whatever was being placed in there. But it was also proven that Samara asked for more information on me and my family. So for Bee Haven and Samara to try to put this off on Steph and TNT, all they did was bring it to the forefront. Hey, Coffee Chat, and you see, we're talking about my kid. I have never gotten on here and lied and made it sound like my kid attended Harvard and he's a doctor. And, I've made it very clear that my son has had his struggles. Hey, Kathy Clock the House. Just trying to keep warm. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. KCL. Yeah, Pop had no dog in the fight with me. Now, I don't know who all she sit in there and looked up, But Samara and Behaven are trying to spin this narrative that Samara wanted no part of it, and that is why she eventually left the Discord. No, you ended your friendship with Pop for one reason, and one reason only, and it's clear as day. And that's because Pop went on Steph's panel with Trisha, not Trish. Steph, Trish, and Pop. I don't know this Pop person. I didn't know her when she was Serena Halsey or Hawley or whatever her name was. I didn't know her when she was. Well, thank you, Kathy. Right. I know, Coffee Chat. She left because she's caught. I think Behaven is afraid of something else coming out. And that's why she left. It has nothing to do with negativity. And I don't know how other people feel about this. Yeah, I don't really even care. Stephanie Brown made a video, and maybe I took it all wrong. I don't know. But if this would be anybody that people have a real problem with in this community, like Laura, if that was Laura's Discord, oh my God. If that was me caught doing that, which I don't do. Oh yeah, if it had been any other creator, they would have been dragged from here to hell. You know who I feel the sorriest for out of all of this is Samara. Because I really do believe that she stole her cousin's identity and opened up bank accounts and shit in her cousin's name. And now her cousin is sick. God bless her. And Samara can't face her. Because there's no way in hell that I would try to cover my identity by claiming I stole somebody else's and add on to it that I took their name and opened checking accounts with it. So I hope Samara finds the strength to go to this person and tell them what she did. Because I've been through identity theft. It is not fun. You have to claw your way out. You have to prove who you are, not the other way around. But I just don't believe she made up this elaborate, I stole my cousin's identity 20 years ago. That's not me. Because I don't believe she would have went live 2 days ago saying that she had to contact her family and let them know about YouTube. So, Samara, I hope you find it in you to apologize to that person. Yeah, it's no fun at all to have your identity taken. Merry Christmas, Stellar. Lisa 54. But the obsession with my son, and it's plain as day that Samara had the ability to go in there and delete things. But instead, she's asking for more. My son is not on YouTube. He thinks we're all crazy. Samara, no matter how mad or how much I dislike you, I will sit here and promise you that I will never dig into your son's life. This goes way beyond the dirty old sock shit. And then to say, no, I'm sure she wouldn't any. And then tell me that she'll talk to me when she comes back with part two. And she's on a panel with Behaven and Groiper. Two people I had no desire to speak to. Might be getting a visit from the ghost of Christmas past tonight. You filthy animal. I don't know if she has a son either, Tawanda. I never took the time. I don't care enough about people on YouTube. I've had a real life stalker. I wouldn't put anybody through that shit. I wouldn't put anybody through the shit that I went through with that fucking website that they are all passing around. Because what they don't realize is my son was in prison and this chick was calling the jail. I take that back. He was in county jail. Or he might have been in prison. I don't know. He's only been in prison once. Only. But every crime my son has ever committed has been due to drugs. That doesn't excuse the fact that he has to pay the consequences for what he does. I couldn't believe it. Yes, I could. When she said, Truth, I'll talk to you. I'm going to come back live. I went into Discord and said, I bet she comes back with a panel. Sorry, I was taking a drink and not of a cocktail. I wish. So she was never going to let me, she was never going to face me. And I knew when she wouldn't let me come up the first time when it was just her that I wasn't going to get to face her. I wasn't going to get to talk to her. And I just want to know why. Hey, Simon, happy Merry Christmas. If you're so invested in my life, Samara, that you ask for more information. All right, Samara, the senior citizen, please don't start doxing. Tawanda, you have a wrench, right? Because as pissed off as I am at Samara right now, I don't want to know her life. But stay the fuck out of mine. I don't care how old you are, Samara. I'm 57. I'll be 58 in a few weeks. It makes me no never mind if you're 25 or 45 or 55. I don't care. I'm not that invested in you, Samara. You are no one but somebody on the internet that I go tit for tat with. They're already blaming. I watched Bee Haven's goodbye video, her second exit, and she's blaming. Aw, thanks, Mag. Merry Christmas. I hope you're staying warm. I don't get it. There is just absolutely none of you guys that I'm that invested in. I don't want to know about your real life. Mag, right there. Wonderful super chat. She's always supported me. I don't know about Mag's real life. I don't even know Mag's last name. Oh, well, good for you, Mag, because it's in the minuses. It's so cold that Maggie went out to pee and she wasn't out there but for a minute and her little paws got to hurting and she like fell over. But when I try to get her in, she doesn't want to come in. But good for you, Mag, that you're in the sunshine state this time. Thank you, Blackhearted. And I don't expect to be left alone. If I get up here and I run my mouth, I fully expect to have somebody run their mouth about me. But I couldn't believe when I saw those screenshots of Samara asking for even more information on me. And then instead of getting on a panel, yeah, the furnace went out this morning. My brother's been working on it all day. That's why I waited till now to go live because he's been cussing really bad and I didn't want y'all to hear it in the background. But well, that's cold for you all, Miss Leah. I know. I remember Florida. But it's minus, the wind chill factor here is in the minus. I think it's like 1 degrees. And then when the wind blows, it's like minus 17 or some crap. I don't know. Oh, Tawanda, I'm sorry. Okay, no more joking around. Who's Samara? I don't know who Samara is because I've never dug into her. I don't care. I know that Samara has called me a real lifer, sitting on a panel saying that I go real life when all I did was post a picture of Miss Nomer's avatar. The whole time she's sitting in a freaking Discord going real life. And I don't, you just because you do it behind the scenes doesn't make it right. Marianne, that's what Starlight says. She sent my docs to Alicia after running around calling Alicia the biggest doxer. And she sends my docs to Alicia. But because it was behind the scenes, I guess it's okay. This tells me why Samara likes Starlight so much. It's not okay. I've made threats to Starlight about posting a picture of her ex-husband and all this shit. I don't have that stuff. And you'll never be able to get into any Discord that I'm in or anything. You can knock on the door. I'll let you in my Discord. But you'll never see where I've spent the time looking people up because I don't. There's proof that Samara dropped info somewhere to see if anyone runs with it. She didn't just keep it behind the scenes. Take care, Mag. She didn't dig in Diane's trash. Do you have any proof of that? Thistle Piop. She rode by Diane's and she admitted it. But you forget that while Steph was riding by Diane's, other people were calling Diane's family members. But she didn't dig in any trash. Okay, maybe I hate these names you all are trolling under. I hate. No. Steph admitted it was wrong to ride by Diane. She's admitted it. Samara won't even admit that she wanted more information on me. Trish admitted that yelling out somebody's kid's name was wrong. But Samara won't even get on a panel and say, look, I did it. It is what it is. She wouldn't even face me, Thistle. She wouldn't even face me. And Samara has been the the wannabe do-gooder in this community since day one, jumping from panel to panel to panel to panel, talking about how gross this is and how gross that is. When she's doing the most. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, is Bomb Lies, is that German lady? All of you had a problem with Steph until she was nuts. No, 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 no. Let me explain to you. Bomb. Okay, you first of all you need to change your name because I don't have a problem with Bomb right now. So what it boils down to is Steph came to me and gave me a real apology. Unlike Starlight, who when I went up on panel, she says, "I apologize, dumbass." And I'm supposed to take that as an apology? Merry Christmas, Bridget. I love looking at your tree and prayers for your daddy. I'm not saying that it's not wrong on both sides. This is about Samara, not about Steph, not about Laura, not about Bombshell, not about everybody that you obviously hate, Bomb Lies. This is about Samara. Stay focused. This is about what Samara did. This isn't, and I shouldn't even have brought up Starlight because this isn't about Starlight either. Exactly, Terry Lynn. Hey, main girl, be careful. It is. It's about Samara, period. It's not about anybody else. It's not about Starlight. It's not about anybody but Samara. And the fact that Samara stayed in that Discord, she had the power to erase things, which means she was a mod in that Discord. And the only reason that she went her separate ways from Pop was because Pop went on Steph's panel. Bridget, she went live, wouldn't let me go up, said I could come up on round two when she went live again. And then when she went live on her second live, she had a panel. She had people on her panel. With turkey and bacon. That sounds good. She did. She skated all around it. And Behaven actually freaking lied in her goodbye video. I guess if you're going to say goodbye to the YouTube, go out with the bang and lie. I'm not saying anybody on here is an angel. Okay, Thistlepop, you're going to get the boot soon. And because you're trying to derail the what I'm talking about. This is between me and Samara. It's my son she looked up. It's my life she went into. Steph Samara said it was Pop who had stuff on Groiper. Pop was the one that looked up everything. But Samara was right in there with her, hanging in like a hair in a biscuit. Hey, Blank Slate. Happy holidays to you. Hope you have a good weekend. I mean, how many? Steph's been called out for her bullshit. TNT's been called out for her bullshit. This isn't about them. This is about Samara and her bullshit. Yeah, she blamed it every bit of it on Pop. Well, I can tell you that number one, she was a moderator in the Discord because it's clear as day in the screenshots that she had the ability to delete things that Pop had posted. But if it was that bad, if you didn't want the information Pop was putting in there, why did you wait until you got mad at her over going on a panel with Steph and Trisha to leave? Samara, these are all questions I wanted to ask you last night, but you wouldn't let me up until round two. And then round two, you weren't alone. You had Groiper and Behaven up there. Discord can be okay. Um, it's it's really no different than a community page. I mean, you could put this stuff out on a community page if you wanted to. Samara said Pop was the jealous one, yet she cut Pop off. Yeah, just for going on panel with Trisha and Steph. Yes. And then wants us to believe that her hands are totally clean when right there in black and white, she's asking Pop for more information on me. And then behaving to put out her goodbye video, blaming everything on everybody but the one person who deserved it, or two, Pop and Samara. See, I didn't even know Pop, like I said, back when she was Serena. But I asked Pop yesterday, did Samara ask you to look me up? And she said yes. Now, is she lying? I don't know. But I know that this Pop, Serena, hasn't been up my ass the way that Samara has. So who should I believe? I got this weird text last week of someone pretending to dox Samara to me. I knew the info was false because I already have the info. I saved the burner phone number and tracked it to Florida. Yeah, but a burner phone you can track to anywhere, I think. I don't know. I don't want to pin that. I want to block that. Come back and don't say stuff like that. This is not about German lady. Hey, Galway. This is about Samara. And why didn't you let me come up and we could have hashed this? Well, I mean, we can't hash it out because I don't ever want to be your friend, Samara. Ever. But I've never stolen my family's identity. You can look deep into my criminal record. Brian's seen the licenses that I've held. Hey, Carla Ray. And for some, for them to say, well, she made up that story uh, about stealing her cousin's identity. No, you don't make up a story that puts you in a felony situation to cover up your own identity. You did that, Samara. And like I said, I really hope that you find it in you to go to your cousin and apologize because I've had it done. Identity theft sucks. I've had to send proof of who I was to the IRS, to the state. Come to find out, I had some man named Juan Gonzalez using my shit out of Gary, Indiana. And when you sit behind the scenes and you do that kind of shit, Samara, that's what you're setting people up for. You're setting somebody up to get their identity stolen. Because I don't know who's in that Discord. No, Samara's not going anywhere. Behaving did, Anne. She did her goodbye video about an hour ago. Say la vie. Deuces. But, in my opinion, this is kind of important as opposed to some of the shit being talked about on here. If you can get that kind of info on me and my son, hey, Polka Dot Suzanne, Merry Christmas. I mean, Steph and her kids. Her kids are minors, man. What could they have ever done to be dug into? It's just wrong. It's wrong all the way around. And considering that you're into stealing people's identity, Samara, it does kind of make people nervous. I don't know, Bolo. I don't know. You will never catch my hands in dirty shit like that, ever. I may come on here, I may run my mouth, I may even throw out a threat, but I don't care who anyone is on this platform. If I'm close enough to you that I talk to you on a daily basis or every other day or whatever, then that's one thing. I know who Galway is. I know who Tawanda is. But I speak to them outside of YouTube. And I never went digging for their information. I never said, Galway, tell me who you really are. So again, Samara, you can put it all off on Pop if you want, because Pop was the one that had the access to looking people up. And yeah, that's wrong. Don't get me wrong, that's wrong. But you were right smack dab in the middle of it. And you had the opportunity to face me last night and you wouldn't do it. And that speaks volumes. Exactly, message error. Samara put it all on Pop, and she's right there in the text asking for more information on me. You could have let me up on that panel, Samara. And I knew when you said, "Well, I'll let you come up on what did she call it? Something too." This she was going to go live twice. Volume 2, I don't know. I knew right then. I went into Discord and I said, I guarantee you, part 2. I guarantee you when she comes back on, if she comes back on, she'll have people on panel with her. Then she'll expect me. Then she'll expect me to come up. And I've got nothing to say to Groiper and had nothing to say to Behaven. This is between me and Samara. B-Haven left, dying on a mountain. Left YouTube, according to her. And she chose Samara to go down for, knowing that Samara's hands are dirty. I don't know why you were blocked either, Stellar. Who blocked Stellar? And can they unblock him? I don't have any mods in here that would do that, Stellar. I blocked Robert Redmond for 5 minutes. I just don't understand, Samara. I don't understand your infatuation with me. And more than that, I don't understand your infatuation with my son. I would offer to hook you up, but you're old enough to be his mother. But then again, I doubt he'd want to fight for your love over Groiper. And I don't even care about that, that you all are having this emotional relationship. I don't give two shits what you and Groiper do. But you didn't have any problems with Pop looking into him, did you? And he's supposed to be your friend, Samara. You let it sit in there until Groiper was invited in, and then you deleted it. You had the power to delete that. That's all in black and white. So that means you also had the power to delete the shit about my son. So you're not going to walk away from this smelling like a rose, Samara. Right. Imagine having to delete their docs before you let your boyfriend in Discord. You're not going to walk around and pull this moral high ground bullshit that you've been pulling for over a year now. Hi, little lady. And talk about how bad this one is or that one is, when they don't really get much lower than you. They don't really get much lower than you, Samara. And if you'll do it to me, just because you don't like me, and you'll do it to Steph just because you don't like Steph, who else have you done it to? Because there was a time when you hated the ponies. Think about that, you all, when you're all sitting in her chat. Jane the Teach, Ash274, all you guys, when you're sitting in her chat, think about when she hated you. Sit and wonder if she's sitting on your all's information as well. Because I can tell you who's not sitting on your information: me or anyone I associate with. I know, I saw that coffee chat, but she didn't always adore them. Me neither, Gravy K. Well, sometimes I do. And then he says I don't mess with senior citizens. But think about it, when you're in her chat, I want it to stay in the back of your mind. Ooh, remember when Samara hated us? Did she look up our shit? And is it going to be brought out? Hey, Veruca. Now, I'm going to tell you, Samara, when you fuck with my son, you touch my real life. So, you calling your family or claiming to have called your family to warn them about whatever, you shouldn't have to do that, Samara. I shouldn't have to call my son and say, hey, buddy, if anything crazy pops up off of YouTube. See, that's already happened to me. I went through that with my stalker. Nobody on here should have to pick up the phone and call their family and say, look, man, I'm on YouTube and this crazy shit is going down. Nobody, not you, Samara, no one. That's why she contacted her family stuff. I firmly believe she contacted her own family because she thought somebody was going to and tell them about her stealing her cousin's identity. I'm not going to. I don't know anything about her family. I don't want to know about her family. But I'm going to tell you right now, Samara, my son is my life. He's mine. He's off limits to you and to everybody else. Just like Steph's kids and everybody else's kids, Starlight's kids, Laura's kids, Randy's kids, everybody's kids should be off limits. And if you reach out and touch them, then they get to do what they do. But you've reached out and touched my life. And Nenny's cat. I don't know why she's so interested in my son's criminal record or even mine when she stole her cousin's identity. She's sitting on a felony and she wants to look into somebody else's criminal record. That's what tells me she's not lying about what she said to Pop. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Stay warm. Um, Stay out of people's lives. Say what you want to say. But Samara, the next time, and from every time from this point forward, that you get on a panel and you try to pull some moral rug up underneath your ass to take a magic carpet ride, you're going to get shot down in flames. Because you'll never be able to speak on anyone's morals ever again. And with that, Merry Christmas, Samara. Merry Christmas, guys. Stay warm. And I'll see you around the tubes. Bye, guys.